From the planet Marmac, we greet you. Many rejoicings at your arrivals. Shake our fingers in greetings of you. What the hell am I going on about? Well, I must be talking about World Anvil, and in particular the template of tradition. Now, the template of tradition, customs, traditions and rituals, harvest celebrations, remembrance days, secret handshakes, and how many kisses on each cheek. Those are all traditions, and all they're going to do is they're going to pepper your experience, pepper your world with some amazingly wonderful things. And where do you turn to inspiration to find what sort of traditions and things you should have in your world? You need look no further than the planet Earth. Just look at the common handshake. What were its origins? Why do we use this particular hand and not that hand? Why do we shake hands like this? Why do we grab the elbow? What are the symbols of clasping hand over hand or two hands onto one hand? All of that is examined in minutiae every time one president shakes the hand of another in our current situation anyway, because there is so much that's been invested in that simple act, and other cultures don't recognize the handshake at all. Living here in Japan, I don't think I've shaken the hands of many people, as a matter of fact. For them, it's a very different type of cultural greeting. And in Africa, it's a different situation all over again. So, traditions, cultures, this template here is something that you need to examine critically, but do not become intimidated by the fact that you now have to come up with a ritual, a tradition, a culture, a cultural approach, I should say, to how to greet one another, how to walk, how to do this, how to do that. Do not think you need to do that straight out the gate. This is something where, using the seeded option, you can quickly make notes whilst you are busy executing a paragraph in your book, or whilst your players are encountering a race for the first time and you've worked out that the official way to greet one another is to insert one's tongue into the other one's ear. However you want to do it. Look at animal species and their rituals of how they greet one another for inspiration, or don't, depending on your sensitivities. Just make a quick note and then come back to it later on and extrapolate and work out, where did it come from? What are the participants? What must be done on those days? There are wonderful festivals that happen all over the world at all kinds of specific times. There's a festival for harvest. There's a festival for fertility. There's a festival for renewal. There's a festival for death. All those kinds of things. Adding them here, just whenever you get an inspiration. If you go for a walk today in the park and you see that there's a whole lot of people flying kites, well, maybe there's a kite flying festival celebrating the god of the sky. Come back, fill it in, drop it in, and you've got it forever. This really is a powerful collation of making the cultural aspect of your worlds feel that much richer, that much better. And by populating it with things that sometimes are quirky. You have to take your shoes off when you do this. Sometimes they're the exact opposite. You have to be wearing shoes in order to perform this. As a matter of fact, those shoes are carved out of a very specific type of tree, which you have to go and cut down under a full moon in order to be able to participate in the first place. You can really take it to the nth degree, and this template is just going to help you to do that. So, traditions, there are plenty, many, and in all different shapes and sizes, and you can add them as you so choose. And that's something that I suggest you do rather than trying to come up with everything on the fly and then try and remember it later on. That's also a big trick. So coming back here and filling it up is, it's really the way to go. Anyway, until next time, light up the forge.